right. Great morning. Oh, I think you guys are both still muted.
There we go.
There we go.
Yes,
Hello.
great morning. Great morning.
Kenneth, what's going on?
Hey, guys.
How you
So
doing?
welcome. We have the CEOs of the great B&H Vending. Thank you. You guys are our first Maryland Spotlight of Maryland Economic Development Week. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
you so
I'm
much.
excited.
Absolutely. I'm excited to have you. Like I learned about your organization, and then I started to dive into all the amazing things that you guys do. I was so excited to spotlight you. I feel like for those that don't know who you are, what you do, what you're passionate about, they are in for a true treat today. So yes. So but also, I don't know if you guys know, but we are streaming live on Facebook.
Hey,
So
Facebook.
give them a shout out. And please, by all means, guys, comment, share, like, follow these guys. I'm going to make sure that they plug you guys into their social media platforms so that you can stay connected. So trust me, that's where that's coming up as well. But so first and foremost, I would like to welcome Mr. Jonathan Harris and Mr. Kenneth Bryant. What would you prefer to be called? I want to make sure that we address you guys properly.
Jonathan is cool for me.
Okay.
Yep. Kenneth or Kenny. It doesn't matter.
All right, Kenneth or Kenny, guys, and we have Jonathan. Well, guys, these are the amazing minds behind B&H Vending, and I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to jump right in and tell us who you are, what you're about. But before we do, I like to start things with a little icebreaker, right? So that we can, break the ice. So I like to call this 2 truths and a business. Okay. So no lies here, no lies.
Okay.
So basically the way it works is very similar to the traditional game, but I would like for you guys to, and the way that we can do this, because there's 2 of you, I'd like to receive 2 truths about yourself and then 1 truth about your business. So what I would like to do is you guys can both give me 1 individual truth about yourself, and then you guys can, since it's 2 of you, we're going to have 2 truths about the business.
Okay.
And it can just be, it can be an exciting fact, odd something that, most people wouldn't know about, whatever, you just throw it out there. So we'll go ahead and start with you, Jonathan.
Okay. So first truth is I have lost over 100 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I actually just got back not too long ago from my daily 5-mile walk. So
wow, that's amazing and truly inspiring.
Thank you. So Ken, if you want to tell your truth next.
Gotcha. I guess first truth, I am an HBCU graduate.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You know.
University of Maryland Eastern Shore alum.
Awesome. Wonderful. That is such amazing news. All right. So now you guys share with us something about B&H that we may not know.
You want to go first or should I?
I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
I guess the truth about B&H, but it was in the works for over a year, and we actually we just it just came to pass after a while with a lot of hard work, studying and learning about the business before we actually pulled the trigger.
Wow. I think that's a really good truth to bring to the forefront, especially for those that may be aspiring entrepreneurs or in that space where they may be, beating themselves up because they're looking to immediate results. And so I think to hear that from you is a really great fact. Thank you, Kenny. All right, Jonathan, hit us up. What you got?
We know most of our customers by name.
Wow.
We work with senior citizens in an apartment complex. So funny enough, the very first day that we placed the machine inside of the apartment complex, this lady, Miss Yvonne, who's like our auntie when we see her, She actually gave us gifts. She went to her apartment and came back with 2 green gift bags, and she has her own skincare line. So she actually gifted us with skincare that Kenny and I still use to this day.
Oh, that is
So
cute.
it's cool because most times when you work in like vending services, whether it's vending machines, elevators, or some type of like service where
Mhm.
you're basically like a contractor to a place, you don't really have a relationship with the people. You just do a job, get your money, and go on with your day.
And you're gone.
Right, she literally gave each of us gifts.
Wow.
So that was like super cool.
That's amazing. It speaks to the fact that you guys operate from a personal touch. And I think that's very, very important. Well, guys, these are some amazing icebreakers. I feel closer connected to you already. But let's jump right into this thing. I'm not going to keep you guys long. I know you guys have an exciting event coming up today. I'm sorry that I can't be there, but I am just glad to be able to share this time with you guys. So let's get started, right? So tell me, for those that don't know exactly who B&H is and what you guys do, go ahead and dive into that. Tell us who you are and what you do. And either of you can take this on. You can take it collectively, however you choose.
Sure.
Yeah, you can take it away.
All right, cool. So B&H, the name itself comes from our last name. So Kenneth and I are cousins. So my last name is Harris. Kenneth's last name is Bryant. So B&H Vending felt like, again, a family-owned business should have a touch of personal touch to it. So funny enough, we wanted to do this like a year and a half ago. And, like many people who may be listening to this, sometimes fear gets in the way. Sometimes lack of understanding gets in the way. Vending is not something that a lot of people kind of know about in terms of how to get into the business. So I think I guess the thought process of it was so overwhelming when you don't know what you're doing. It was just like, So funny enough, it was Christmas. I ended up going to this Christmas party, and I ended up having to quarantine, which gave me the perfect amount of time to study. But what had happened before that is what really brought this all together. So I was on Instagram and I saw that a mom had purchased a vending machine for her children for Christmas. And I kept seeing vending machines pop up on my algorithm. And being a man of faith, I'm a firm believer that when God keeps trying to let you know something, you need to pay attention. Yeah. But for some reason, this time it just hit me. And I'm like, I text Kenneth and I'm like, basically, if 2 kids can run a vending machine business, if their mom trusts them enough to do this, what is wrong with us? And I remember like, it's time, like I keep seeing this. We've talked about it. We have the finances. I don't know what we're really sitting on. And he was like, yo, bro, let's do it. That's the one thing I always love about Kenneth. Kenneth is, we've all heard the expression ride or die. I can call Kenneth with any idea. And I know that in my life, while everybody else may give me excuses and give me this and give me that, Kenneth is always ready to go.
He's your co-pilot.
Always. Oh, I don't care what it is. If I need to jump out of an airplane, he got the parachute right next to mine. He's always been, since we were little kids, that's always been our relationship. So with me having to quarantine after going to this Christmas party for the whole week between Christmas and New Year's, that's when I just started studying. I'm sending things to him. Kenneth is really big on motivation. So he sends me a lot of just like motivational posts and things about business. So really just bouncing off each other. And, the rest went from there. That's really the start of B&H, is putting it together, calling around to different places to see where there would be an interest. And we came across this beautiful apartment complex that at the time had a soda machine vacancy. They had a snack machine already, but they needed someone for soda machines. So went in, spoke to them. Management was extremely nice. But one of the things that we wanted to do differently is we really pride ourselves on being about the community. We both grew up in Prince George's County, Maryland. Both of us are Kiwanis Club Service Award winners from our respective high schools. So we thank you. Always just been about doing and giving. And that was the thing that we really told them, is we don't want to just come in here and this be a cash grab. We make our money and go on back to our lives. We want to really get to know the people that we're going to be serving. So we're really intentional about doing surveys, asking them how their experiences are going, if anything should come up that we need to rectify, being intentional about fixing it. making sure that they see us. We're not the type of vending owners that just come in, put our sodas in the machine and back in our cars. We spend time there. We might, the soda restock process may take 5 minutes, but we might stay an hour just sitting with them, playing games with them, asking them about their families. I don't want to rant too much, but I would say with senior citizens, many times when you are either in senior living or different situations, they don't always either have family that are local or family who's visible in their lives. So many times we've kind of become like their adopted grandchildren. And, I always tell Kenneth, we don't take that for granted, because many a times they're just like, it's so nice to have somebody to talk to. So they've shared pictures of their grandkids and stories of them being in the military and just all of that. So it's been a blessing.
Wow. And I feel like that is why you guys will continue to receive your blessings in abundance, because you moved selflessly. And I think that is huge. You would never expect to hear so much passion from this industry. And that's why it was so important for me to have you guys on here today. Like, people need to hear from you, seriously. So how long have you guys actually been in business? When did you guys get started?
Kenny?
Gotcha. This is our second year now. So like you said, we had the idea about like a year before during Christmas. And like I said, we did that research and we started, what month was that, John?
We started in January in terms of actually filling out our LLC, January of 2022. And then the machine was placed in May of 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Relatively new to the vending game, but proud of what has happened thus far.
Yes,
100%.
like, I can't believe you guys telling me now that you basically started just a little over a year ago. I am blown away by the accomplishments and some of the things that you guys have done. And we're definitely going to tap into that as well. You touched on it a little bit, but this is a spotlight, so we're going to highlight you today.
Right.
So tell the people, because you like I said, you touched on it just a little bit, but you guys aren't just your average and ordinary vending machine organization. What sets you guys apart? What is it about B&H Vending that makes you guys different? And there's a couple of different things that I can think of, but I want to hear from you.
I can take it away, John. Let me take it away. I got this one.
I got this one.
I would definitely say, like, he touched on the blessing. I feel like a lot of people receive blessings, and really, to be honest, the hardest part is maintaining it. We really value those connections, and we don't take it for granted. So, like, just going the extra mile constantly, treating people how you would want to be treated. That's 100%. Always looking to improve as well. So we're very flexible, and we're really there for the residents, because at the end of the day, like, we understand that they're in a position where they need us, you know what I mean? And it is a profitable business, but we're still trying to have them basically receive a great service. So
yeah. And I would add to that to say, I think what I appreciate is that we haven't put ourselves in a box of just vending. So we also do vending education. We've had at this point 2 people that we have mentored and coached who have now gone on to be vending machine owners themselves. So we do workshops, we do master classes. We actually have one coming up November 4th. Just finished our very first vending academy, where we had a student who went through a 3-week process. I'm in the process of releasing a vending machine book. We're going to have a vending machine self-paced online course this Saturday. So excited to be representing B&H at the 3rd annual, but brand new to Prince George's County, Black Wealth Summit, where Governor Wes Moore, who is the first Black governor in Maryland, is also speaking. And you're ready for this, y'all, Morris Chestnut. So it's super cool to say that, on this grand stage where you have prominent names like Wes Moore, Morris Chestnut, you have B&H Vending also going to be there as well. So I feel like we haven't just, again, stuck to the traditional, put your money in the machine, get your product out and keep it pushing. We do mentorship. One thing Kenny and I talked about is we want to start our own B&H Scholarship Fund. We want to help people go to school, start their own businesses, and just different things like that. So those things have been really important to us as well, along the lines of vending education. So we do a lot of free content on social media. Our YouTube channel so far has surpassed 150,000 views, which is so crazy to me. I always text Kenneth in the morning like, yo, we just hit 1,000 on a video or something. And I laugh because I guess when you think about vending machines, you're just like, yo, I just put this dollar in and got some Lay's potato chips. But one of our videos was about telling people who want to get into vending, like, hey, barbershops and salons are great spots for candy machines. The video hit 26,000 views. And I'm just like, yo, there's a real interest in people getting into vending. So I feel like we're just really hitting the tip of the iceberg in terms of coaching people through it. That's the one thing Kenny and I always talk about. I say vending education is such an untapped market. I think if you ask most people, name 2 people or 3 people they know who own a vending machine, I'm confident most people wouldn't even know one. So especially with us being in the, Prince George's County, Maryland area, but then thinking about that entire DMV, like greater Washington, DC metropolitan area, there's so much opportunity out there. Yeah. So I'm always telling him like, yo, we can be doing this. We can be providing business entrepreneurship support services to this and to that. So, like I said, just not putting ourselves in a box, I think has really helped.
I love it. I mean, I am clearly intentional about stepping outside of the box. I am in finance and showing up with green hair and, and I always do, and very, very intentional about that because like you said, you guys are in an untapped market and people need to hear this information to let them know that there is a whole nother spectrum that you haven't even touched. And because you guys have chosen, like you said, to not just go and fill these organizations with your machines, but to take an educational approach, to be selfless about it, to incorporate the success of others in your own success, I think will give you guys, it will be surmounted amounts of success. So I am just so proud of you, so excited to have met you. I want to just tap into your brain so much more. And again, nothing without purpose, because just a couple weeks before I decided, I knew we celebrate Maryland Economic Development Week every year. It's an annual thing, but I was trying to decide what events we were going to host this year. And it's so interesting that while I was still in the development planning stages, finalizing our events for this week, a good friend of mine who she's in the party planning space, but she was saying that she wanted to learn more about getting into vending machines. And so I was like, listen, nothing without purpose, because it was like maybe 2 days later, I think I connected with you, Jonathan. Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm going to have them on next week. In 2 weeks. So tap in, nothing without purpose. But like you said, you'd be surprised. Although it seems like such a simple industry, you posted those videos and immediately went viral. And so there's a need for you guys. There's something else that I've been trying to pull out of you, but it's okay, because we're going to get to it. All right. But you guys do some amazing things in the community. Yeah. Can we talk about that?
We can. That is my favorite part that I enjoy. Oh man, we've done food giveaways, toiletries, toys, school supplies. So I have my own nonprofit called A Million Paths Foundation, which Kenneth again supports me with. So he and my mentee Dimitri help every year. We give food out to just those in need. And I'm excited because next year is going to be the 5th anniversary, which is wild that it's already been 5 years coming up. But we're doing something even better. We're actually going to do a show this time while we give out food. So stay tuned with that. But within, our vending machine community, we have done events with our residents, including Name That Tune. So we've played some of their favorite hits from the 50s, 60s, 70s, maybe even a couple things from the 80s where they get to guess. We give out prizes. I am a banana pudding guy. Like I actually make banana pudding. So funny enough that we're speaking about them. So they have a community association within their apartment complex. So they hit me up and was like, hey, we're looking to raise funds to do our own program. Can you donate your banana pudding so we can sell for our fundraiser? So I'm actually, after this call, I will be making food for them to sell for their apartment. So again, there's been a lot of overlap
Yeah.
One of the things that we have coming up, I'm a suicide prevention instructor. So
What
I,
don't you do?
you said what?
I said, what don't you do?
I'm not a great dancer, so I need some. I need some. I'm always scared, like for the day when I get married, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make a fool in front of all these people. Kenneth gonna be on the side, posting me on his story, like, look at this man. But no, I say all that to say, like, it's a lot of fun. A lot of times we start out doing an event, but a lot of times it just wraps up with a talk. Kenneth would agree, where we might advertise the event as like 1 to 2 p.m. and we're there till like 3-4 o'clock, because they just really enjoy it so much. One thing that I want to get off the ground with them, I want to do a grandpa grandson 4-day program where like Kenny and I will work with some other guys who are like in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and we will take the senior citizens out to like breakfast. Like we'll get like a bus or something and go do something fun with them. I remember when my granddad was alive, that was always my favorite thing to do, was spend time with my granddad. And I know a lot of the like senior citizens at the place would really enjoy something like that, even if we just go see a movie and get some IHOP afterwards. So
Yes.
yeah.
Wow. I can't stop smiling, like my cheeks hurt. I am so in awe of you guys and what you do, and who would have known that we would have been able to get so many gems. I'm not done. I still have just a little bit more I want to ask
No.
of you guys, because I think it's important to be transparent when you're speaking to other entrepreneurs. Some things are great, some experiences are not. What would you say has been your most challenging experience throughout this journey, if anything?
I like that question. Kenny, you wanna?
Yeah, I know. I'd say we've been blessed. And I guess you can follow up, John, but we've been blessed where just everything's just kind of like in order. Like we met to even begin with, to even find a machine. We made a connection, and we've been pretty much like very, very connected with him. So there's no problems there. Yeah, that one actually got me a little stumped. John, you got anything?
I feel like I'm the chatty one of the two of us, so I feel like
He is.
I feel like I always I feel like I always have something to say. But no, I guess when it comes to the place where we are, marketplace, I know that sometimes, and this doesn't happen a lot, but I guess really explaining to people that this is a business at the end of the day. So it's like, I pride myself on making sure, and Kenneth does too, that we've always kept our prices affordable. But every now and again, you might still meet someone who thinks that you're charging too much. And that can be a little bit tricky because, it's no secret. Like you look at Kenny and I, we're not older. And I know a lot of times in entrepreneurship, when you are under 40 and you're in a space, the way that you get treated looks a little bit different, because a lot of times some people associate youth with naivety. So it's one of those things where, as much as we would love to make these things free, this is not a volunteer service. We have to pay for the products in order to sell them. We also have to maintain the machine and the business aspect that comes with it. So I know every now and again you'll meet somebody who thinks that it's too much, or they like, kind of question, well, how did you come up with those prices? But like I said, we beat market value price. You can go to Wawa, 7-Eleven, Safeway, Giant, any other store, and you will see that our prices are all under. Not to the point where we're taking a hit, but also to the point where we understand who we serve. Again, senior citizens do have fixed income. So we've always tried to be respectful of that. And I will say financially on the other side, because we do vending education, we also have income that comes from that. And eventually, once we really hit those major numbers, we'll have a content creator check coming in too. So we'll have kind of 3 streams of income within one business. So I guess Kenny and I have never really felt pressure to go up on prices. But again, the world that we live in, inflation is a real thing. So when we started a year and some change ago, the cost of Pepsi is not the cost of Pepsi today. So we've done our best as a business to shield that from our customers. However, every now and again, you do get those comments of like, well, why is your water this price? Or why is this, that, or, so on and so forth. So I would say just educating the public good on being a consumer and what things cost and all of that. So that can be tricky too. And again, working with senior citizens, they've lived through so many generations so my dad is in his 70s and he'll tell you, hey, you could go to the movies for 50 cents back in the day. So now for a movie ticket to be $15, $16, that's probably mind blowing to him because he remembers when it was so much cheaper. So being the compassionate person, I try to understand back in the day, a Pepsi probably wasn't what it is now. Maybe they could get that for 30, 40 cents. So when they see $1, $1.50, $2, or whatever those numbers go to be, that probably does impact them a little bit differently than maybe Kenny and I, where we were born in a generation where those just were the numbers. So even Dollar Tree is $1.25 now. Bills got to be paid.
Inflation is real.
Inflation is real.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that because I think that's probably a common barrier, or not barrier, but just a common occurrence in entrepreneurship. You're going to encounter a customer that may challenge the cost of your services or the products that you provide. And I think part of being a great leader is being able to understand their perspective, but then also being able to pivot and let them understand the value in comparison to your competition. So I think that was amazing. Thank you.
I appreciate that. I'd also like to add too, and not to take it there, but I think context is really important. And I want to share this as motivation to someone who's listening on Facebook, is that a lot of times as a entrepreneur of color, more specifically being a Black entrepreneur, sometimes that can be an additional layer where when you're in the space, how do people question what you do compared to your potentially white counterparts? And sometimes you may ask the question, if I didn't look like this, would people challenge us as much? So I know every now and again, you might even get people like, you should give us this for free, or different things like that. And with us being that family owned and local business, again, wanting to be for the community, but also, again, setting a standard that, hey, we are running a business and we're here to serve you. The profits are essentially what allow us to serve you better. But sometimes those conversations can be a little bit difficult when you've built such a close relationship with who you serve. So that has been an interesting kind of learning curve there.
Yes.
About
that's amazing, and it definitely strengthens you as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, because you're put in a situation where you have to have these difficult conversations. And like you said, you've established relationships with people as your consumers, but at the same time, this does have to be profitable so that I can continue to provide these services to you. So very well put. And I think that anyone that was struggling with that can feel a little more at ease now, having heard that from you. So thank you very much. Yes. All right. What about, we talked about challenges. Now you were stumped on that one, Kenny. So what about successes, any memorable success story that you'd like to share?
I guess success stories, I'd probably say just the interactions. Like John mentioned, we had the resident who actually ended up, all right, cool story. Here we go. So the same resident that we connected with along our first purchases, as John mentioned earlier, we have Project Bless, which is an initiative where we give back to the homeless and just the less fortunate. You actually have residents actually feeding into the nonprofit area as well. So it's like they have the business side, but then they're actually supporting our dreams to actually help the community as well. So I feel like it was pretty touching to see them actually understand that, hey, we aren't here just for the vending, but we're actually taking the proceeds and actually giving back to community as well. So it's kind of weird having your customers give you money without even selling them a product. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's a weird concept there.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It means they really are passionate about your mission and they support you. You look like you wanted to say something too, Jonathan.
Oh gosh, I don't always want to be the chatty one. It's so funny. I'm going to say that. It's so funny because as a business, not to deviate, I want to say this, but I always appreciate Kenneth for his understanding, because I am the chatty one. So I've had to learn to be more mindful, don't always overpower the space, because I will. And it's just nope, take a step back. Kenneth is here too. So he has helped me be a better partner.
That's awesome.
You know, in the sense that like we are a team, it's B&H Vending. It's not H with a little bit of B. It's B&H Vending as a unit. So he has definitely helped me where sometimes when we do these things, I'm like, you talk first, Kenneth, which is, you know, helping me take that step back, helping him take that step forward. I guess I have a couple that really come to mind. I'm be honest, hitting 100,000 views on YouTube was crazy to me.
Yes.
Because I'm like content creation is hard. And I'm again, we're not a media company. This is literally just us filming at different places. Like I might be at an airport and I see a vending machine. I'm like, yo, this could be a cool video. Just put some TikTok auto text over it or whatever, and boom. But to really see that people really enjoy the content is kind of dope. So it's like, yo, one day we're really gonna have 1 million views, like off of vending.
Yeah. Amazing.
So that was pretty cool. I would say something that I really appreciate behind the scenes, and this is how I know that we have prayerfully on their end, they feel the same way, but we've really forged good relationships. So it's a vending machine, right? Technology is very undependable. As many sales as we've made, there are times where you press Pepsi and Pepsi don't come out, right? This is a transparent show. We're gonna keep it transparent because it's a machine.
Yeah.
We have had residents who will pay the other resident who lost the money. So they are very like protective of us in the sense that, and again, that's not to excuse the machine messing up. Like we always try to go and fix it. But I think in real time, I appreciate that people love us enough where it's like, we believe in them and we know what they're trying to do. And even though there's a mishap, we got you. So they have told us on several occasions, yo, somebody tried to get a ginger ale, there was an issue, but we just gave them the money for you. Don't worry about it.
Aww.
So the loyalty is it's so cool. Like I just could not ask for better. I would say something else that I've always really appreciated as well. I appreciate the fact that the management has been really nice to us as well. Sometimes you might be in a position where the money is great, but you cannot stand who you work with. They are so great, from like the security when you first walk in to the management. Everybody is super, super kind, even to the point where, so they're managed by a property management company. So management, their corporate, I guess, came in because they own like multiple territories. Corporate came in and they gave management a compliment about us, because what we do is, so on the side of our vending machine, we have pictures from all the events that we've done there with them. And corporate was just like, yo, I've never heard of a vending machine company that does community events. So the apartment complex got like a thumbs up from corporate because of how engaged we were with the customer. So I'm just like, yo, that's crazy that like, I'm like, why didn't corporate tell us that? No, I'm kidding. But but I say all that to say, like, those behind the scenes stories, to know that people see what you do. So like, if you go to our machine, on the side of the machine, there's a profile for Kenny, there's a profile for me, and then all around it are like 4x6 printout pictures from CVS of all the different events that we've done, to the point where there's a lady who took pictures with us and took pictures at our event. So they print out pictures and they add it to our board now.
Wow.
So it's bizarre, because we're talking about vending machines. Like, you would think that B&H Vending is a nonprofit, the way that it functions sometimes, but the loyalty, like, again, there's this old expression for anybody listening. They say it's easier to keep a customer than it is to get a customer. So for those of you listening, like, do not sleep the small stuff. Like, get to know their names. If you know their birthdays, like, we know some of their birthdays, we'll text them on their birthday, hey, happy birthday, or just their, like, those things count, and they will definitely help you in the long run.
Huge, huge, huge deal. Like, when I say that, I genuinely cannot stop smiling. I'm a very passionate person. I'm super emotional, and I'm a giver. And so to hear you guys' compassion behind what you do, how you take it far beyond just these vending machines. I have been fighting tears. Like, I'm super emotional, like, really. And outside of this interview, I want to remain connected with you guys. I would love to support in some of the efforts that you guys have me. And I invite you guys that are watching too as well. Like, and I'm going to, in a moment, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to, you did just give them some advice, but if you have any additional advice that you'd like to give to our audience, whether as a consumer or an entrepreneur, I want to give you guys the floor, the space to do that as well. And then I'm going to share with them some of the photos that you guys have shared with me of some of these amazing give back moments, and also share some of the upcoming events that you spoke about, so that way they'll have access to that as well. So you guys get your screenshot ready. I want to share, and you guys can feel free to narrate these photos as I share them. And I'm going to do that in just a moment.
Right.
And like I said, I'll give you guys the opportunity to give our guests some advice, and then I will let you go because I know you guys have some more amazing things to do. All right, so now let's go back here, and I'm going to hit share. Forgive me, guys. This is new to me. All right, so I don't know. I'm just going to share my screen. So you're probably going to see yourself for a second, and then
That's
I'll
fine.
Oh no, here we are. Okay, here we go. You are going to see yourself, but it's going to be the photo. All right. Look at our guys. Okay, I'll make sure. Okay. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
I can.
All right. So is this at the senior community?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Awesome. Let me move this. I want to make sure they can see. So you guys see them right here with their vending machine and their B&H gear. And this is what you were just talking to us about, right, Jonathan?
Yeah, so this is the Black Wealth Summit, which is actually starting Thursday and it goes through Saturday. If you are in the Prince George's County, Maryland area, or you are local, highly encourage you to pull up. Again, you're not just going to hear about vending machines from me. There are people presenting about tax strategies, real estate, cryptocurrency, investing in the stock market, and so many more. If you are a person who is just interested in improving your financial situation, this is the conference that you want to be at. Like I said, Morris Chestnut is speaking there. So even if you're just like a fan who just wants a picture because you love the movie The Best Man Holiday, or if you want to hear about his just, journey to wealth and how he has maintained his, several decade career and how he kept his finances, great person to learn from. Additionally, the governor of Maryland, the first Black governor, Wes Moore, is also speaking there. So this is really the event that you want to be at. I'm so excited, grateful to have space and a part of this just monumental event.
Yes, amazing, amazing. So you guys screenshot this. I will also, and you see that he has put their Instagram right there on the bottom, but I'll make sure that they also share the social media tags and platforms before we let them go today. But tap in, guys. It sounds like something you don't want to miss. Now, where are we here?
That's actually one of our programs. That's actually John mentioned it earlier. It's Name That Tune. So and that's the fun part about the community. They're always looking for things to do, and this is when you get to know them and they put that name in the face. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. We make their day too.
Yeah.
So it's just really, really, really good event there.
Awesome. I absolutely love it. Now, are these some of the residents there with you guys?
They are.
Yep.
Yes. Our good homie in the front, Mr. Charles, we see him every time we go. Every time we go. But what I was gonna say is this was from an event that we did. So we did kind of similar to Name That Tune, but we did trivia. So we did like a little quiz game show with them on Black history, geography, science, a little bit of math, different things like that. And as you can see, they also got some complimentary banana pudding after the fact. So the banana pudding is, oh my goodness, it really has a mind of its own from there. They love it. Like if I bring one pan, they want two. If I bring two, they want four. If I bring four, they want eight. So I'm just like, unfortunately, I can't try
this famous banana pudding.
I say, y'all got to come on time because they'll sometimes like they might have like a doctor's appointment and they'll come towards the end of the program and their first question, is there any pudding left? So I've had some, bless their heart, they will get some, go to their apartment, and then come back down to get some more, because you only got 2 hands. So it is, like I said, I'm literally making some for them today. So I'm about to go to the store this afternoon and pick some up, because again, they're doing a fundraiser for their I guess their tenant or civic association for the apartment. So B&H is going to donate some banana pudding to them so they can do like future events like Christmas parties and stuff.
Wow, you guys are amazing. I just love it. I just love it. Oh, another, is this the same event or just another?
I think this was our very first event.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the meet and greet, right?
Yep, meet and greet. Yep, that's Mr. Kenny right there on the right. Jonathan mentioned earlier that the resident who actually will give money out of his own pockets to other residents if like a mishap or a soda does a deposit or something like that, we'll just say, "Hey, Mr. Kenny," and he'll just say, "Hey, I did this for you guys," and then we'll just reimburse him. So it really is a village.
we love Mr. Kenny. He will like text us, we will text him. That's Kenneth's name twin, because they're both Kennys.
Yep. Mr. Kenny's the one in the gray shirt.
The lady, really quick, the lady on the I guess that would be to the left of Kenny, Miss Yvonne. That's who we were telling you about earlier. She's the one who got us gifts on our very first day. Like, we're like putting the machine in there with the snacks, and she comes back with these green gift bags, and I'm like, gift bags? Like, what is this?
You should have known that there was going to be something great inside if it was green.
Oh man, listen, but that skin, it's for your skin is the name of the product. We are faithful users of it. Like, I have gone back and I've gotten more. It keeps my skin together. So but it's so cool. Like, she just really quick story about Miss Yvonne. She took a class recently at a college on trying to learn like social media. And again, that's why I have so much respect for senior citizens. For anybody who's senior citizen who's listening to this, I want to tell you why I respect you. Because to get adjusted to something that you did not grow up with is a challenge. And I think that those of us who are younger really don't understand that this was not a part of their upbringing. There was no Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, all of that. So they're getting adjusted to a world that is kind of requiring that they know how to do some of these things. So as an entrepreneur, I respect her so much more because she makes her own skincare products, but then to take it a step further and really learn the social media part of it. So she actually asked for my help. So I went over like on a Friday night and I spent like 2 hours teaching her Instagram, like how to get it all set up and connected to her Etsy store and everything like that. So, but I'm just so proud of her. But I think back to our very first day, she showed us love in probably the greatest way. We're, Kenny and I are just excited. Y'all saw that picture of us hugging next to the vending machine. And right after that, she comes with a gift.
Wow.
So, just grateful.
You can truly see the passion through you guys as well when you speak, through your events. When you look at you guys in these pictures, you see the passion behind it. It's not just a job. You look at the people that are surrounding you and how happy and comfortable they seem. And it's just truly, truly phenomenal. I'm just, look at this. Like, they just look so happy, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So who is this in this photo?
This is Miss Josie. I believe tomorrow I actually am meeting her. I want to say either 10 or 12 a.m., but that's for the association. We're making banana pudding. So she is that. So what you see is a plate on top of a plate, and it looks like some of the whipped cream kind of on her thumb. That is the banana pudding that has the world up by storm. Behind her, there's a lady kind of against that yellow wall you'll see with curly hair. That's Miss Kendra. We could not do this without her. She's their resident services coordinator, because a lot of times when dealing with senior citizens, they're going to have that pinpoint person who may assist them with the various services that they need. She's the person we work with to get all of those events kind of set up. So if we say, hey, we're looking to do this, we need access to a computer or this or that, she always makes sure that we're good. So definitely want to acknowledge her as well. But
awesome, some amazing people. And I know you guys talked to us about Project Bless. So this is Tell me what was happening here.
Kenny, take it away.
That was actually what? So Project Bless, it's usually during the holidays, during Christmas time, and like I said, we would give scarves, gloves, we would give them some food, and just pretty much just give back to the less fortunate. So we actually switched it up. I was telling John, I said, well, and mind you, we've been doing it for a couple years now. I said, I'm actually a first responder in PG County.
Thank
I said,
you do.
no problem. I said, there's still a population other than the holidays. You know what I mean? And what month was this, John? This was maybe 2-3 months ago or something.
Yeah, this was, oh goodness, I want to say August 6th on a Sunday.
Yeah. So, it's a hot summer August day. You can't see the sweat, but it's about 90 degrees out there. You know what I mean? And they still need water. They still would like food on a random weekend and stuff like that. So, I guess my biggest prayer for the organization, John, too, is just if we can give back, I guess the more that we receive, the more we'll give. You know what I mean? And just this platform has allowed us to just touch a lot of people. Not even just during the holidays, but just a random weekday, weekend, whenever we can give back.
And if I could,
I'm fighting back tears. I'm so emotional for this, guys. I didn't know you guys were so amazing.
It's okay to cry. I always used to tell my students that. But no, what I was going to say too, and I wanted to share this for the listeners. They mentioned, so we did interviews this time where I actually went around and talked to the various people outside to kind of learn their story and how we could better help for future years.
Wow.
Interestingly enough, they mentioned that Monday through Friday, there are stores that they can go to get food. Saturday, there are organizations who generally there's like another organization that helps, but nobody comes on Sunday. So moving forward, we will do our outreach on Sunday. So if you're ever looking and you want to give back to the community, Sunday is a day where they may not get as much support compared to the other days of the week. So again, for those who just maybe want to help or whatever like that, I would just kind of advise you to look towards Sundays because that's where the greatest need is going to be.
Wow, thank you so much for that. That was a huge gem. And I'm sure the audience can appreciate it for sure. Now, I know you also mentioned you had a masterclass coming up. Talk to us about it.
Oh, goodness. So excited for this. Like we said, vending education is something that's really cool because we want to help people learn about passive income through vending machines. Vending machines is an industry they say in the next couple of years is expected to exceed $30 billion. I'm going to say that again for those listening, $30 billion. And let me tell you why. So when Kenny and I first got into vending, the average mindset like ours was snack machine or soda machine. Those are your two choices. Mm-hmm. I want to break it down for y'all like this real quick. Vending is any electronic device that when you insert money produces a product or a service.
Educate the people.
You interact with vending machines all the time and probably don't even count them as that. Let me give you a couple examples. If you've ever been to a bar or something where you can control the jukebox for the music, that's a vending machine. When you go to the ATM and you need to get some money before your trip, vending machine. When you go somewhere and you do like the park mobile or the parking meters are vending machines. They're giving you a service, which is access to parking. All of that counts under the vending industry. So when you think about the reach of the vending, you don't just have to do snacks and you don't just have to do sodas. There are people who do the arcade game route, slot machines at the casino, vending machines, right? I could go on for years. There are people who do product-based. So you can go to the airport. Let's say you're trying to get your girl some flowers. You just got off the flight. You want to surprise her. They have machines where you can get flowers in the airport. All of that is still vending. So this is going to be a 2-hour masterclass that allows people to learn how to get good locations, because not all locations are always going to be the greatest for you, but how to, win over management, how to get your machine, like what questions to ask before you purchase a machine from the seller, and just everything that you need to know. But the big thing that we want to teach is how to stand out from your competition. Just as successful as we found finding that apartment complex, Kenny will tell you there were also 50 other places that weren't interested, already had a a vending machine in there. So there's a lot of competition out there as well for places. So we want to help you find your perfect match. And that's what this vending machine masterclass is going to do. But to give y'all a special extra treat, we are also offering a promotional code, what we call our friend and family discount. So for anybody that wants to reach out to us, we are happy to give you that personalized promotional code that will give you a discount.
Wow. Did you guys hear that? It's already only $60. This is a wealth of information. I would say tap into this right away. I'll even attend. I think it's amazing information. I think that you guys showing people how to monetize is a huge entrepreneurial tip and can be applied into any industry. But I think being able to really understand this industry and the amounts of opportunities that are available to the public, I think is amazing. I love what you guys do. I love the selflessness in your business. And, I wish you so much success. Thank you, really.
Thank you.
You guys, hopefully you were able to screenshot this. Like I said, if you guys need to get in touch with them, I'm going to make sure that they provide you with their social media and email, whatever contact information to get in touch with them. It looks like it's there as well on the bottom of this page, but we will make sure that you guys can get connected, and you can even reach out to me later if you missed the information. And what I want to do now, as I mentioned to you guys, I want to, because you guys have been dropping gems. I mean, dropping true gems. I am so grateful. I want you guys to just take an opportunity to, I'm sorry, I'm trying to stop the share.
No,
Maybe
yeah,
I'll keep that up. That way they can still have access to B&H Vending social media platforms right there at the bottom. But take an opportunity, or take a moment rather, to give the audience a piece of information. And because this is Economic Development Week, and that's the reason why I was really glad that you provided that tidbit as it related to the challenges when, having to explain the value of the service offerings and the cost associated with the cost. I thought that was such a huge, huge tip and very necessary. And so I wanted to open up the floor just one more time for you guys. If there's any advice that you have to someone that is looking to, whether it's getting into the vending machine space or just as an entrepreneur alone, just what advice do you guys have? And you can both give them your piece of advice.
John, I'll let you go first.
Oh, I was gonna say, Kenny, you got it, but so I actually want to start out with, in reference to Kenny, I have kind of two things I want to say. So before Kenny is my business partner, he's my cousin. And that can be a very slippery slope in business, friendship and family, right? Kenny is really the best that I could ever ask for in terms of a partner. Like, this doesn't move without him. I'll share a quick little story, but when we started B&H Vending, I was living out of town. I had a job that had me in Pennsylvania. So even though, yes, we were doing vending education and those different things that can be done through Zoom or some other virtual platform, again, there is a big physical component to this business. So for the first couple of months, Kenneth was the one making sure that that machine stayed restocked before I, made my full-time transition back to Prince George's County. Now, I say that to say a lot of businesses go wrong because of ego. And the one thing I love about working with Kenneth is that there is no ego in our business. There's no chief, no boss, no this. Yes, I am the more talkative one, and anyone who has seen 5 minutes of this would easily pick up on that. But Kenneth is just as willing to step up, just like I'm just as willing to step back. There's never like a hierarchy system between us. There's never any form of competition. It's always like, it needs to get done. Whoever needs to do it is going to do it. So sometimes they see both of us at the site, sometimes they see one of us. But what I would say to someone is, should you decide to do a business structure where you work with somebody else, you have to check your ego at the door. Yeah. Because so many, even if we look at the history of music groups, so many great singing groups have been destroyed behind ego. That's where you get that ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. um that situation, and you could easily find yourself in a situation. I'm sure there were times where Kenneth was tired and it's just like, yo, John is out of town working and chasing some other dreams, and I'm here going to this vending machine site every week. He could have easily felt overwhelmed. There are times when Kenny's job really picks up and it has to fall a little bit more on me, and that's okay. So when you're in partnership, it's truly a partnership. That's the best parts and that's the worst parts. It can't just be when you got 10,000 plus views on your videos, y'all are happy and celebrating in that IHOP, but the moment something goes wrong, oh, it's your fault, you did this. No, we take our wins together, we take our losses together. That's my cousin and that's my business partner through and through. So we're winning the awards together, we're getting arrested together, whatever that is, it's together.
Not the latter. No, I'm kidding, but no. Really,
But,
I love that you touched on that. That was actually something that I really wanted to inquire about, is because partnership is not the same as going into entrepreneurship alone. And so I think that that was huge for people to know, like, listen, we are business partners, we're cousins as well, but we are in this equally. That, like you said, I love how you said there's no hierarchy system. There's, like you said, there's no B with a little bit of H. I mean, I love it. I love it. I love it. I think that people can truly learn a lot from you guys. Thank you for that.
The second thing I wanted to really share business-wise as well is that you have to know who you're speaking to when you speak to them. When we approached them, what helped us basically win them over is that we had to speak to where they needed some more support, and we spoke on that. A lot of times when businesses approach people, you kind of come into the door of like, this is who I am, not this is what I can do for you. People spend money off of the problems that they have. We buy sweaters because we're cold. We buy certain watches because we want to be trendy. We buy certain things because it's whatever it is for us, whatever problem we're looking to have solved. So, like I said, Kenneth and I say this not as a flex, but you know, collectively between Kenneth and I, we've easily probably had over 150 awards. We could have went in there on some like, oh, I've won this, I've won this. They don't care about that. Those are our accolades. That has nothing to do with them or what services they needed provided. So, you know, really, again, going back to ego, you have to check your ego at the door. When you go to a business or you're selling a service, especially for the new entrepreneurs, it's not about you. In vending, Kenneth will tell you, oh, his favorite soda is this. My favorite drink is water. It's not for us, it's for them. So we surveyed them. What do y'all want to see in that machine? And we built it around that. So I would say really being intentional about speaking to your customers' needs is what's going to keep you in business. There may be certain things that maybe go against your personal preference, and I'm never asking anyone to sell their soul or, you know, go against a core value, but there may be a certain thing that your customer really says that they like or they prefer. And if it's in your ability to do so, do so. Don't go off of what you would buy, it's not about you. It's about them. It's always about them. And everything that you do is at the core of making sure that they're happy. When they are happy, they will take care of your business. And more importantly, they will tell other people about your business. That's how you scale. That's how you grow. So.
Wow, that was a true gem. Thank you. And I think every entrepreneur needed to hear that, because most often we lead with ourselves. Most often we lead with ourselves. And I find that the key to success is finding the largest need and filling it. If you find the need and you fill it, your success is inevitable. So I absolutely love that gem. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, next time, I know, prepare to smile. All right, Kenny, what do you have for our audience?
I'll just say, just in reference to the actual vending machine business, it's like Jonathan said, it's just, you can really make it your own. It's flexible with my schedule, his schedule. You get to create, like we do sales sometimes, like with vending machine has like a sale. Like we'll just say, all right, look, your favorite product's Pepsi, we'll take it like 50 cents off, or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And it's you can make it as interactive as you want to. If you want to go with a niche of more of just straight online, it's so many things you can do within vending. And we can just say it's been very, very, very good. An enjoyable process. This
has truly been a treat. This has truly been an honor. I could not have prepared myself for the amazingness that you guys brought today. And I am so excited for all the great things that you will continue to do in the future. I would love to be a part of your journey and all of your efforts. Like I'm so grateful, and I appreciate your continuous contribution to Maryland's economic development or Maryland's economy itself. I mean, you guys I can't express my gratitude for your contributions. And so I thank you. I think this couldn't have been, there couldn't have been a better organization to kick off our Maryland Business Spotlight. And I just thank you guys so much. B&H Vending, thank you guys for joining us. Take this opportunity to share with the people how they can find you, how they can stay connected. I want to make sure that we do not miss that opportunity.
Yeah, B&H, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, just B&H Vending. Exactly. Just please reach out. We're definitely we're still growing every single day. So if anybody wants to maybe get any advice, we're always here to help at the end of the day. But definitely Instagram. I'm usually on that account a ton, and John, we're running around. So if you ever need anything, we're definitely here for you guys.
Yeah, I just want to, again, we're so grateful. We want to thank you for giving us this space. Again, I'll be honest with you, being a vending machine company, sometimes you're not going to necessarily get the same opportunities as other larger companies do. But you know what? We've never let the size of this stop us from wanting to work towards more. I told Kenny, I said, there's no reason why we cannot win Business of the Year for the Prince George's County Chamber of Commerce. So just so y'all know,
I'm a member, I'll vote.
Okay. So it's I was going to say that is something down the road. That is a future goal, is that we want to get better connected with them. And then ultimately, I don't see why we can't be B&H Vending as Business of the Year. So again, we're just going to continue to set our goals high with God, the support of our community, and just some time and hard work. Please stay tuned, y'all. This is just the beginning, and we're so excited. Lastly, Kenneth, always got to give you your flowers. This does not move without you. You are the best business partner and cousin that I could ever have. I know a lot of times as men, and as Black men specifically, we have unfortunately stigmatized compliments and giving flowers to each other, but I publicly want to tell you that I love you. And when I text you on Christmas Day about doing this, thank you for not making me feel like I was crazy for this idea, giving me excuses, giving me a runaround, or anything that would have caused this to not happen. Thank you for just trusting me enough to know that this was going to lead us somewhere good. And now look, we're on a show today. So thank you for just always being my second controller in this video game while we try to. Kenneth is always my tag team partner. Since we was kids, we always tag team wrestling. We're like 42 times tag team champions on SmackDown. But
oh my goodness,
you too, bro. Thank you so much.
That was truly a heartfelt moment. The tears weren't unable to. I was no longer able to hold them back. They fell.
He's the little brother he's the little brother I've always wanted. Fun fact: Kenneth has 5 sisters, so it's one of those things where God was so intentional about, like, even though we're cousins, we're really brothers, because I love him. So that's my homie.
Well, I thank you guys so much, Jonathan, Kenny. You have been a true inspiration today. You have touched my spirit. I am excited to continue to follow your journey. Again, I am a member of the PG County Chamber of Commerce, and when you are ready to submit that nomination, I will be voting for you guys. You are amazing. Continue to do what you are doing, and I'll see you guys at the top.
I will see you there. Yes. Thank you
so much for having us.
Looking forward to staying connected and collaborating on some things. I got some ideas already.
Likewise. Offline, we definitely have to connect for sure. Thank you guys so much.
All right.
All right. Have an amazing day. And I can't wait to taste that banana pudding.
Oh yes. It will change your life. My rule of thumb is you can't just have one.
I love it. I'm here for All right, guys, enjoy your day. Have an amazing rest of the week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Let's see.